Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to the season 4 premiere of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and ladies and gentlemen, last year was the start of a new journey for Dudes at Ringside. I kind of messed up with the year in the podcast. I thought last year was the 4th year. It was really the season 3. I'm sorry, Kiara. I kind of made you kind of confused with the year thing. But I figured out the computers. Now it's season 4. I have a gentleman that is he is breaking down the independent wrestling scene little by little. This gentleman is killing it. Back in the day, I had a Queen of Hearts. But now, let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Matador, the King of Hearts. Welcome to Dudes at Ringside, sir. Welcome to Dudes at Ringside.
Good evening, Joe. Thank you for having me in your podcast. I'm very excited. This is my first official interview in English. And
Wow.
I want to say thank you to all the people who watch this podcast because I'm going to tell you who is El Matador Alessandro.
Awesome. So let's get this started and start it off the fun way. If my internationally known audience from the American base, the East Coast, the tri-state area where I'm from, if they're not familiar with you, introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Alessandro. They call me in Chile El Matador. I know you know very well what that means. And also they call me the King of Hearts because every heart in Chile belongs to me. And also I am the Chilean heavyweight champion. And I have a 12 years career. I'm the head coach of All Star Academy. And I'm a guy who really loves wrestling. I love the ring. I'm in love with this business. My addiction is professional wrestling, and I live this way, the romantic way. I love what I do, and I'm very happy to show you and share you my experience and my story.
Awesome. So, El Matador, who trains you?
Well, my first trainer was Germán. His ring name was Bunny.
Hmm.
Bunny. And also he later changed his name of to Casi Humano, almost human. Was a really good trainer, a big man, and he teach me the basics. And I was trained with him in my first 4 years of career.
Hmm. So, what kind of advice did Bunny give you that made you come up with this awesome character, the King of Hearts, the El Matador? Like, where did this character come from that you would say it would connect you to something when you were a kid, or was it something you thought of all on your own, or just something that your coach said to you that you were like, let me do this? Like, where does it all come from?
Well, in my first years, I was a very shiny guy, and my trainer said to me, I never forget that moment when he said to me and said, Alessandro, you have personality. Don't be scared of show to the people who are you. And that was very important to me because he took me out of 2 shows. So I was sitting in the back watching my teammates wrestling, doing what they love, and I wasn't able to do that. And after that conversation, I explode my personality, and I started to show to the people who I am. Now, the King of Hearts, well, my history is a very long trip. I didn't start with that nickname. The King of Hearts is how I am known since last like 2 years ago, because I reinvented myself a lot of times. I started like as as exotic pro wrestler, and my first style was exotic, and I started with another name because my first ring name was Sean Slater. And after a lot of work, a lot of reunions with the promoters, I left that company and I started again. And they started to know me as my real name, Alessandro. And that is where the King of Hearts born, because I started to do it in the do the stuff in the ring as me, not doing characters, not doing anything else, just being me. And I think the people love that. So I started to work and repeat it and explore and explode more of my personality and train a lot, being in the ring in the biggest stage in Chilean wrestling. And that is how I started to be a king, because I finally get my heavyweight crown.
Awesome. So, is there any wrestler that you've been looking at on the scene from the States or anywhere in the globe that if you had a chance to call them out here on Dudes at Ringside or just in general, that you would want to them to come in and come against you for your championship? Is there anybody that is in your league that you would want to face that you haven't faced yet?
Wow, it's a really good question, because when you have all the globe, all the planet, you have a lot of names, big names, great wrestlers. It's very difficult to choose one, but I have one in mind, because I have a match that I have to be in that match, and I'm talking about Nick Nameth,
Mm,
the wanted man. He's a man that he left the WWE and he started to conquer another companies, another territories, like Mexico, like Japan, and other companies in the States. Now it's time, Nick Nameth, to come here to South America and try to achieve the glory. Maybe you have the brave. Maybe if you are brave, you will come to South America, the end of the world. I will be here. I will be here waiting for you. The king is in his throne, and I'm waiting for the wanted man.
ooh,
Nick Nameth. That's the man.
awesome. Is there any other like promotions that you would like to travel to? Because I'm from the East Coast in Pennsylvania, and there's quite a few promotions over here, like PPW in Slatington, Pennsylvania. We have Battlefield Pro Wrestling and also in Pennsylvania. The owner of Battlefield is the son of one of the former Wild Samoans, Alpha Junior. Is there any other
Wow.
promotions that you've been trying to get to that you have not had a chance to wrestle at yet that you want to go to, like travel abroad, like anywhere you want to travel to?
Yes, there's a lot of promotions. First of all, in 2019, I went in the States. I worked in New York, New Jersey, and in Pennsylvania in another company in West Virginia, and I didn't work with all the companies, wasn't because
Mm.
there's a lot. But I also want to go to Europe, especially Italy. I have a very I have a very good friend from Italy that he wrestled in that country. I want to go to to Mexico one day,
Mm.
Japan, but I saw a lot of PPW. You said I remember that promotion is a is the color is purple, you know?
Yeah,
The
that
logo
they
is
just
purple.
changed their logo. It used to be their
Oh
colors
wow,
have always been purple, but now they have
purple
more
and
of like
yellow.
a defined logo. I have to find. I'll send their page to you after we're done on Instagram. But there is a wrestler there that if you could come to PPW and put your belt on the line, I would say look this name up later. His name is Visage, and
Visage.
he's called the Neon Ninja. I don't know if you ever heard of
Wow,
Visage.
wow. That will
Yes.
be wow. I will study that wrestler, because I'm gonna go to America, not soon, but I will be there. So
Yes.
So the ninja, be prepared because the King of Hearts is coming for you.
And he's also the
And
current champion in PPW.
oh my
So,
God,
you know,
yeah,
you could always add another belt on the other shoulder. You know, the king always needs another crown. You know what I mean? Another
yeah,
trophy.
and that sounds very good because since the first time that this is my first heavyweight championship. So
Ooh.
I think that I'm becoming an addict to heavyweight championships.
Mm.
And in 2 weeks, since now, because we're in October, I'm gonna challenge Alex Santos from Phoenix Lucha Libre, Phoenix Pro
Ooh.
Wrestling, and he's a heavyweight champion. I'm gonna challenge him in a ladder match, and maybe in a couple of days I will be double champion. So
Ooh.
the Ninja, retain your title, make history, be a longest championship, hold it for me because I'm coming for you.
Ooh. I'll buy tickets for that match.
Oh my
So
God, yeah.
if as I said, there's a lot of fans that follow this podcast and watch this podcast that are from the East Coast that never get a chance to see stuff from out of state that are from far away because you sometimes on YouTube it's harder to find matches for certain wrestlers. So if they have not been able to catch your matches or any of your clips on your Instagram page, give me 5 words to get them pumped up to be a King of Heart fan forever.
Wow. First of all, I will do it everything face to face, never from behind. Always loyal to the sport, to this business. Second, I will not disappoint you. I made my promise, and I fulfill that promise. My words have a very value. I will never let you down. I'm the King of Hearts. I will never let you down. First of all, fourth, I'm a really good wrestler. I'm a really good performer. When you will see my videos in my Instagram page in IWTV, you can find Engen Lucha Libre, NGEN Lucha Libre. You will find all my matches in that promotion. That's the promotion who I in that promotion I am the champion. And the last one, you will get in love with me, with all my charisma, with all myself, and what means Alessandro.
Awesome. So going into your wrestling style, what would you consider yourself being? A high flyer, a grapple wrestler, a tough man that's just like physical, like a fighter, you know, like, or what would you say your character would be built up as? Because there's a lot of people that are high flyers and they also catch as catch can, like a grapple. So what would you consider yourself as?
Yeah, I consider myself. The, it's very difficult because everyone who speak about my style, they say all around.
Mm,
Because sometimes I do high flying moves, depends of my opponents, because I not a powerhouse, but
yeah.
compared with all my teammates, I'm a big man, so I don't do a lot of flying moves. Only my finisher move. That if I hit you with that, you will not resist the count of three. It's over. And that move is my plancha de cinco estrellas, the frog splash. No
Ooh.
one has ever kicked out of my move. And only to big men, big guys, 7 feet tall or 6 feet tall, I do flying moves. But I prefer fight using my fist. Kicks a lot, kicks my opponents. I prefer that style, being hard.
Yeah.
Maybe the word is brawler, maybe,
Yeah.
but
Brawler. Yeah.
yeah, I prefer that style. I don't do a lot of flying moves or athletic stuff. No, I prefer more hard and effective moves.
Mm. That that's the thing nowadays. People consider themselves, oh, I'm a brawler, or I'm a high flyer, or in the States, I'm an old school wrestling fan. I said a word, I don't know, most people don't know the word because there's grappler and old school style. What my grandfather was a wrestler in the 50s and 60s.
Oh my god.
He's He was a grappler. So back in the old days, they would call it catch as catch can. So it's like
Yes.
flip, grab, grab, flippy, grab, 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 like grapple, the old school grapple style. So if like your promoter ever came up to you and said, "Hey, I want you in like a hardcore match tonight," would you take the opportunity in doing it, or that's not your bag?
Yes, I will take it. I am not afraid of that style. In 2022, well, in Chile we have that match. We have all that stuff,
Okay.
And I wrestled in a hardcore match. Uh, Another promotion made a tournament of that match. I
Mm.
faced that champion, and I won that match. I have never before that match never had a hardcore match, and I beat that man. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I don't have problems with that match. But talking about the styles that you like, I also like old school.
Mm.
I don't like the current wrestler. I watch a lot of WWE, but
Mm.
since 2009 to no, sorry, 1996 to 2009 to get more specific. I like ruthless aggression.
Oh yeah.
That was the era when I was a child, and with that era, I became a love fan, and in the future a wrestler. Always thinking wrestling with that timing, and that kind of techniques.
If if you can get an old wrestler, King of Hearts, that is no longer in the business, God rest his soul, if they've passed on, which old wrestler from either a WCW or the WWF or WWE would you like to have one more match, like a Forbidden Door style, like they would do in, say, in AEW? You could have one wrestler come through the Forbidden Door and challenge them for your belt. Who would they be?
That was maybe this is a very difficult question because there's a lot of wrestlers who passed away and they were really good legends and special names for me. But I'm going to say Owen Hart,
Ooh,
the Rocket Owen Hart.
oh yeah, can't
Oh
forget
my God,
Owen.
he was brilliant in the ring.
Yeah.
I will say also Eddie Guerrero,
Mm,
Chris Benoit.
yes.
I
Yeah.
can also say no, it's very difficult. Even retired wrestler, if you allow me, like, well, Edge is not retired, but I really want. I always imagine in my head a match between Edge and me. He was my
Ooh,
favorite wrestler since I was a kid, so it could be poetic if I face Edge one moment in the future.
I guess in a ladder match, I would think. Could keep making a ladder match.
Yes. No, no, no.
Ooh, I'd
TL,
sign up to go to that.
TLC, TLC, tables, ladders, and chairs.
Oh yeah.
With all include.
Oh man. If I if I could be front row for that fight, I'd be there holding a sign say King of Hearts. I'd be right there watching this match. And I know it would be 5 stars. Instant five. I'd cheat. I'd give him the 6 stars because 5 stars are corny. 6 stars is even more. But 10 stars, come on. I could add the other stars. I'm a podcaster for 4 years now. I have a right to add the four, a six to that. So before we go, King of Hearts, um, with this being 2025 and this is the new year, Happy New Year. What do you have in line for 2025 for yourself? What are some of your New Year's hopes for the new year for the King of Hearts?
Yeah, good question. Um, I want to enjoy this moment and continue working to achieve more gold, more championships. I was in a very long road to achieve my first heavyweight championship. This is my 10th championship. Six of the 10 was a tag team match, tag team championships. The other three was the mid card championship. So this is my first big championship. So I want to achieve more. I'm working to achieve my second. 2025 will be I have the mentality, and I promise you that it will be the second, the third, even the fourth. But I have to work more and more to come back to United States. I want to be there one more time. I have a very good friend that maybe you will hear his name very soon. His name is Pedro Pablo.
Pedro
He's
Pablo.
already wrestling in that area, New York, Philadelphia, New Jersey.
Okay.
Maybe he will be there in your promotions very soon. He is
Oh,
my best friend, almost like a
oh,
brother. I am with him, four-time tag team champion, the greatest
wow.
tag team champion in Chilean history, South American history, and and for sure I will be there. And also I have to work and get focused in my students because I really start a new process with new kids that with zero experience, and I'm gonna turn them into superstars. I already have three students to get graduated and debuted professionally. So I'm very proud of that guys, and I want to continue the process with my another students to help they to achieve all their dreams and achieve all their goals.
Awesome. Before we go, if there was any kids that have aspirations on becoming a professional wrestler like you have, what kind of advice would you give them?
Never stop dreaming. Never stop dreaming. Don't be afraid to get what you want. Don't be afraid to fight for what you deserve. Because with your mentality, you can achieve everything. Don't be afraid. Don't let anybody to stop you. Fight until the death. Because that's the only way to achieve your dreams. That's the only way to make a reality your dreams, your fantasies, and achieve all your goals. Because if you don't fight, listen to that. If you don't fight, maybe we are losing a wrestling legend. If you don't fight, maybe we are losing one of the greatest world heavyweight championships. No national championship, heavyweight champions of the world. If you don't fight, maybe you can lose that opportunity. But if you fight until the death, look into the horizon, maybe you can be the next greatest of all time.
Like you, like what you did. You went from the bottom to the king of hearts, you know? So
So yeah.
before we go, I just want to say, everybody, I can't wait for this journey now in 2025. I'm looking forward to seeing what wrestlers ding the doorbell or knock on the door of Dudes at Ringside. I'm Joe Panther the Third,
And I am Alessandro, el Matador, el Rey de Corazones, King of Hearts.
and we will catch you in the next one.